Well, good afternoon. If it's 3 o'clock Eastern time on a Monday, you know what time it is. It's time for Mondays with Michael live, wherever you're seeing this. And we're on multiple platforms. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're on our YouTube channel. You should check out our YouTube channel, a lot of content there. And of course, we're on X. So thank you for watching us. If you're seeing us online somewhere, give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us some feedback, let us know what you think. So today we're going to do another session around the Everything DiSC on Catalyst platform. And today we're going to really talk about leaders. Though this tool can be used for individuals, but I use this tool mostly with leaders. And so along with the emotional intelligence programs that are out there, a few years ago, Wiley built a program called Agile EQ, an assessment called Agile EQ, encouraging leaders and individuals to be agile, to be able to flex from one side of the circle to the other side of the circle, and really focus in on the emotional needs of the situation that you happen to be in. So we're going to go to the platform and we're going to show you what the Agile EQ assessment looks like, some information that's there for you. And we're also going to talk today about getting advice. There is a new section of the platform, but how to get advice with one particular colleague that you may be struggling to work really great with. So we're going to share the screen. We're going to wait for the platform here. Okay, here we go. All right, so here we're back here on Catalyst. So we're here with Matteo again. Matteo's our demo account. So on the home page here, you'll scroll down and you'll come down to the Agile EQ section. So what is being agile? What is this emotional intelligence? So we work with leaders one-on-one, and I work with a lot of leaders one-on-one who've been doing what they're doing for a long time. You know, they tell me, Michael, I'm really kind of stuck where I am, and I'm very comfortable doing what I'm doing, and people are used to me doing what I'm doing. And so this whole emotional intelligence thing is really not that up my alley. But I really encourage them that to be a successful leader, be a successful manager, you really have to be able to stretch. We'll talk about stretch today. You have to be able to read the room you're in, the situation you're in, and really adapt your leadership style, your supervisory skills style to the emotional and informational needs of the situation right now. Whether that situation is with a one-on-one situation, a small group situation, or even a larger group situation, what are the emotional needs of the group right now? So as we click around here, so we're going to take a look at Matteo. The first part of this platform really talks about what is Agile EQ. And so the platform does a really good job, and the assessment actually does a really good job about describing what is Agile EQ, the basic principles of Agile EQ. There is an introductory video here, so you can come back and take a look at, but it really talks about these mindsets. And there are 8 mindsets within the Agile EQ, Everything DiSC Agile EQ assessment. And you can see them, and depending on where your dot is on the map, you're going to reside in 3 of these mindsets. They're going to be your strength. They're going to be things you rely on, things you do really well, and in some cases, maybe what the team expects you to do. But we're really going to talk about that. And then we're going to take a look at the other mindsets, the ones that are outside your comfort zone. So no matter where your DiSC assessment resides, you see the mouse kind of go here, you're going to have 3 mindsets that are kind of your home base, if you will. The assessment does give you, and the platform does give you some information about each of the 8 mindsets. So you know a little more about each of them. And so now we're going to talk about strengths. So based on the information about what Agile EQ is and what emotional intelligence is, we see Matteo here. His strengths on the Agile EQ map are receptive, composed, and objective. So those are the 3 areas that he is really strong in. And the platform does a really good job of giving him a snapshot and a deeper dive on what that means. And as leaders read through this, you're like, Michael, I get this. This is really where my comfort zone is. These are the things I do well. These are the things the team rely on me to do, which is great. Always self-aware is really, really important. But now we're going to go to that new place. We're going to go beyond your comfort zone. So as I work with individuals on this side of the platform, we talk about things that are outside of their comfort zone, the 5 other mindsets that are outside the comfort zone. The platform does a really good job of giving the individual information on how much energy it's going to take for that individual to demonstrate that behavior, right? And so as we go through this, there are 5 videos of each of the 5 mindsets from 5 actors who demonstrate that behavior to give you some more insight on what that behavior means, what that behavior looks like, When should you use this particular mindset or behavior with the individual you're talking to, or the small group you're talking to, or the large group you're talking to? So again, there's a lot of great content here for you. It does give you information on how much energy it's going to take for each of those mindsets. It looks like empathizing is one of the mindsets for Matteo that's going to take a lot of energy. It's going to take a lot of energy to demonstrate this behavior. So now we're aware of our own mindsets. We're aware of the other 5 mindsets out of our comfort zone. Now we're going to talk about development. Talk about development. This is where I work one-on-one with my clients. I give them homework. I encourage them to try these mindsets in different situations. We map out situations where these mindsets will come into play. They practice them, they try them, and then they come back to the next coaching session, and we talk about it, we debrief. So with each of the 5 mindsets for Matteo, not only is it going to give them some information on development, but it's actually going to give them some tips. We're actually going to give them some tips in each of the 5 areas, and these are great because these are specific items that the individual can work on to improve this behavior and this particular mindset. So when they read the room and they understand that one of the mindsets that's required right now is outside of my comfort zone, boom, they can go right here and they can get some tips along the way. And for each of the 5, Matteo gets some tips. So that's the Agile EQ. The other thing we're going to look at today is getting advice. This is a new section of the platform, getting advice. And this is getting advice for an individual on your team or in your colleague section. So it gives you advice in 4 areas: connecting, collaborating, getting buy-in, and managing tension. Not that there's any tension in your workplace, but it does give you some advice there. So for today, we're just going to go to the collaborating, but all 4 of these are available to each individual. And we're going to type in a particular participant or colleague. Today, we're going to look at Stephanie. So Stephanie is a D colleague. And as we know, Matteo is an SC. So this is collaborating. How do I better collaborate with my D colleague, Stephanie? And what the platform gives you are a lot of tips. So similar to what you see in the colleague section, gives you, the STEM, where they fall, where you fall, in a couple of different areas when it comes to collaborating. Does give you some tips and other tips to keep in mind. Again, you can get more tips, more advice and buy-in in connecting, getting buy-in, and managing tension with Stephanie or anyone else on your team. And this is a great tool before you go into a one-on-one meeting. I know a lot of clients of mine, a lot of folks I coach go into one-on-one meetings with their direct reports. This is a good way to get some information as a supervisor around those who report directly to you. So that's our session today. It's all around Agile EQ, reading the room, understanding the mindsets, and getting advice around one particular colleague that you want to work better together with. There are other sessions we've done on the Catalyst platform. Go to our YouTube channel, or if you follow me on social media, you'll see those. And eventually we'll start putting these in our newsletter. So thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you at our next Mondays with Michael Live. Make it a great day.